Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Starlight from CZT Debbie Raaen. And I hope I pronounced that right. At the time of this recording, and actually I'm doing it rather, somewhat later than normal. It is December 31st. So I thought that this would be just a nice way to end the year of daily tangles, and that's not ending. It's just the end of the year, and then also my Festivus Tangleus 2023. I thought this would just be perfect. And all right, so this, you could do this a couple ways. You could use this as a border, or more as a fill-in type tangle. And you know what? I was debating if I wanted to do. I'm just going to try this. I'm going to do a big border because I want to have room. All right. So on my version of the step outs, and I always do my own version because that's kind of what we were taught. And then I link to the, the creator of the tangle. You'll find both of these in the description section of the video. Sometimes on my version, I like to clarify things, or if it's something, usually because I need to figure it out. And so if you ever look at like originating grids like this, and you go, I don't know exactly how to go about doing that, I have put that in my version of the step out. All right, so it's going to start out like this. And there's a couple ways you could do it. I found that this one worked best for me. It might work better for you if you start with, with angled lines, because we're essentially creating a grid of triangles. Okay, so I'm going to divide mine in half first, and I'm going what would be long ways. I'm going to put one right here close to the top and one close to the bottom. Okay, so like that. Then you could essentially, depending on how big of a space that you have to use, or how small of a grid you're going to do, you could essentially do a giant zigzag. But what I'm going to do for our purposes, because this is small, this is small and I want to do it big so you can see, I'm going to basically just do one. It'll be a zig, and then we'll do a zag. So I'm going to start here, and actually, if it helps you, you could put a little dot very carefully, just as a place to aim. I'm aiming for the middle. We'll see what happens. So straight line up, close, and then straight line down. Oh, we're making an A. Now, you could, if it helps, flip it around the other way. I'm going to do it this way because that just works for me. And then same thing, kind of eyeballing where, this middle is down here. And same thing, but this one, you just got to be careful and work to cross where those cross. So you could do that and pause there and then continue your line on if you wish. And boom, like that. So like I said, if it works better for you, you could just make a bunch of lines going one direction, a bunch of lines going the other direction, and then put we could do crazy Starlight that way, because it could however it turns out, it's going to be neat. But then you put this straight line through, so you're creating the triangle. So it would just be let's see, because if I was doing big. Because if you could picture, well, no, I'm having trouble picturing the boxes. Yeah. Anyway, you want to have triangles. However you go about doing it. All right. So then from here, and I'll start in the middle here. So these intersections, and actually you can see the larger, kind of hexagon type shape. But so find this, well, it's not quite an asterisk. And we're just going to draw some small straight lines coming into the center of all of those. So you'll have 6 spokes, and you can just do that in all of the places. And then also, you know, these which are going to be partials, no, that would go up straight there. This one, let's see, that would end there. Oh, and we'll just put a little bit there. If you do something, I like doing this where, you know, where I have a partial. It's, you know, actually it seems like it's been a while since I've done it in general in my tangling, let alone on this. But if you like to do that, I think of it as like a puzzle. You just have to imagine, where's that end? Okay, and how much of that's going to be showing? And like I said, to me, it's like a bit of a game. And maybe here. Okay. Then and here, I got them all. All right. Now, I towards the bottom of my version of the step out, well, because I thought it was a neat idea that Debbie put, you know, here's how you can make this as a border. A border, you just do, you know, 2 lines, and then that's really just a zigzag. So you're creating triangles, and then, you know, you would just, it's the same idea. But one thing that she put is, she put like a dot in the middle. And so I thought, and I put a little note that says you could do this if, you know, if you want, you know, to help you in this next step. Because this next step is, you can start anywhere. I'm going to just start here where I put that little dot. So we're going to take the ends of these lines we just created and take them, you know, towards the center. It doesn't have to be exactly the center, of course. But so from here, but back, you know, to that line. And then, it doesn't matter which direction you work. On my version of the step out, I did just this and left it. And then in the next box, filled the rest in. So that way you could see, oh, this is where I'm going. And I just thinking that might be a help. And so all of these lines are going to connect to the center, well, you know, of the triangle lines that are next to it. And so it might get a little like kind of eyeball confusing, because I found myself like, wait, oh yeah, this, because this line is going to have it's going to connect to 2 lines essentially. And so it might help to just stick with one. Well, I say that. Stick with one and go around and then start on the next one. You know, go from like intersection to intersection like this. Oops. My pen was stopping just shy of where I wanted it, like right on that line. Like that. Oops, let me move. There. And going slow is always a help. But don't worry about if it's not in the middle, it's not going to matter. Because in the end, it's not going to be that noticeable. And, you know, we want to do this kind of stuff. What's fun is doing it by hand and eyeballing it. Because then it's like, oh, a person created this. It wasn't computer generated, you know. You know, if you feel more comfortable using some kind of a grid, you know, of course, I mean, you know, it's not for me to say. It's just, there's a neat experience when you just say, I'm just going to do it, and whatever happens, happens. And to me, it's part of the Zentangle experience. And so if you like grids, just, you know, give it a try every so often. Why does it feel like something is missing? But I don't know. Let's see. Maybe just because it's a little bit bigger. And again, just connecting all of these lines. I'm apparently not going in necessarily any, oh yeah, center and then around. Yeah, that's, okay, that's my order. Oh, wait, no. I did miss one right here, because this is going to also connect to that line. And sometimes like this, you know, around the edge, it's like, wait, you have to think about it a little bit because we don't have, oh, and then right here, because that looks weird. Having some kind of order of doing these is helpful, because then you're not searching for, you know, where did I miss one? Although, hey, you know, it can make a nice, you know, kind of like a, you know, seek and find, you know, type of game. I think this, because this is just bigger, and I'm going to just make that line there. Yeah, that is it. Now, if I wanted to, I could, and maybe I will, extend, you know, this out, so that way, well, gosh, I feel like I really need to. Oh, but I have to think about it. And if I was going to, oh wait, I could do this. Yes, I can extend that. Well, as I play with this, well, before I finish playing with this, sure, she says, yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, once you get started, it's really hard to stop. Well, actually, and watch how just filling in all of these gaps where they might be, it makes it a lot, again, more convincing. That's the word that I use. Because it does. Oops. That needs a line right there. And then some of it, you're just kind of, you know, making it up as you go, sort of. And it's not, like it says, not necessarily that hard. It's just, it's a fun little game. All right. All right. So let's do some shading in what we have. Of course, as you can see, so many ways you can have fun with this. One is, and I did this on my version of the step outs, and do take a look at that for more inspiration link, so you can see some of the brilliant ideas that Debbie has for decorating them. Just really, really, really neat. Oh, I'm so tempted to try. Let's see. Oh, just really neat ideas. And actually, and the link goes to her Instagram. And if you're not familiar with Instagram, there's some little, they're very light arrows on the side, so you can scroll through. She's got, looks like 4 samples. So make sure to hit those so you can, you know, kind of see them up close and personal. All right. I like the idea. Well, she did this in colors. I do like the black and white. Well, at least for this. Well, and when I'm just doing it like this. All right, so. Oh no, I have a better idea. Let's just do with the pencil. So you could start and just do every other one, and I'm just going to fill in with the pencil. And okay, we'll just do one for now. And so instead of using it as shading, using it as a fill-in, and you don't have to, you know, go solid with the graphite. You can, you know, so if you want it a little bit lighter gray, just put a little scribble in, and with your Tortillion, just smooth it out, spread it, you know, so that way it fills in all of the little gaps. The trick is doing it so that way it doesn't, you know, go out of the sides. But see how neat that is. All right, we'll do this with some others. And then, you know, sticking with, well, let's see. Oh, because I started here. Yeah. You know, and it's neat because if you just stick with the same side, then they end up alternating without you really having to think about it. Oops. Oh, I didn't finish this side. That's why there's a oops. And here. Okay. And of course, you know, you could use colors if you wish. It's completely up to you. And then sometimes too, you might want to, you know, if you've done this, you go through, you add the pencil, you know, spread it out. And then if you have some small areas, so like here, you might want to just use what's left like that on the Tortillion. You can see, I mean, it doesn't look any, and necessarily any lighter than the rest, but it's also a good idea just so that way you end up with, you know, just kind of wiping it off every so often. All right. And then I did want to, well, you know, I think I might leave this. There's one in Debbie's Step Out that is just remarkable. She did things that she did in here. And I'm so tempted to just try it on here. We'll see how our time goes. Okay. But yeah, so many. Oh, let's see. That's just going to be just this little. Oh, get that in there. Okay, that little teeny bit. That teeny bit. Oh, do these ones. You know, and if you wanted it more dramatic, of course, and or if there's like a place where you're like, oh, I really need to, you know, course correct, then use the pen to fill in instead of the graphite. This creates, you know, something a little bit different. Okay, because I just have to try it. All right, so what she did. Oh, maybe I'll try the little bit different one. Let's see. It comes from, yeah, so it's like pick a point. I'm going to do the flux shapes because I like it. I almost want to pause and say, okay, wait, hold on. Let me decide. This is what I do. It's terrible. No, I'm going to do the other. Okay, so this is what it looks like she did. So I'm going to come from here, and I'm just going to draw lines. How many am I going to do? 1, 2, well, I guess just going. Well, let's see how much room I have. We'll go to the, well, and that's already there. Oh, I could do more. Subdivide, 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 and I'm going to do the opposite down here. But what she did was basically just some putting some weight on the ends of these like that. So it's one of those, it however you end up wanting to do it, however long it goes, the thickening part. I just end up making it so it's like, okay, how long do I have to, okay, as long as it merges in at some point, that's good. You could just do rounding at the top, which then it would end up looking kind of like the flux shape. And I'm going to do the opposite here, I think. Oh, sure I am. Okay. Because it doesn't matter. Could you have them go all the same direction? So again, I'm going to the points. This part you don't, I mean, this is just, I'm playing. And I'll do these two, and then we'll cut it. Yeah, it looks neat. I'm thinking how, oh yeah, because if, I have to think about these things. It's terrible. She has it in her sample kind of centered. There's a center, you know, star, and this I don't really have a center. And I love doing this thickening because you can flare it out kind of to either side, you know, or both. It just depends. And it's nice because then if your lines don't, if they're not even, you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Oh, but wait. There's other thoughts. Because honestly, you could start at any point on these and do. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, and she has them kind of surrounding. So if I pick a focal point, oh, I see. Then I should have had that be here. Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. We can do it. We can do it however we want. Or, and then if you do something like this, you're like, you know what? I really don't like that. Guess what? You can fill it in, because she does have one of the samples is like that, with it all filled in, black at the end of it. So anyway, I'm going to continue this play, and you can continue as I'm telling you about. I already told you about finding the step outs in the description section. So again, you will find those there. Also, below that is a link to my link tree. That's something new that I found out about. I'm like, oh, this is convenient. So it has all the links that I had in there previously. You only have to click one link. So there you will find links to my website where you can follow my blog. And that will give you things like this daily tangle, and when I post recaps to classes and things like that. Also, link to my Facebook page, and there if you want to follow me there, I post the classes there. I do teach twice weekly, 2 days a week. Most of them are free. So on Thursdays, we call that Tangle Time. I'm just going to do these all one direction, and the other side the other direction, and that will be that. And I think I might redefine. I want to do something because I don't want these to get lost. So yeah, okay. And I just having another thought. All right. So you can follow my Facebook page, and while you're on Facebook, there is also a link to our Tangle Addicts community. So if you'd like to hang out with a bunch of tanglers, we have just an amazing group of people, so supportive of each other, and I can't say enough good things about everybody that has been participating in that group. So much fun. So join us there. There are 4 questions that you have to answer in order to gain entry, just so you're aware. And let's see, what else do I have? All the other, social media accounts and stuff like that. The regular stuff. So I don't know if I'm regretting this or not. No, I guess you can kind of see it. I think I'm going to shade maybe around the outside, just because I'm feeling like it's getting lost. Let's do these other 2. I'm going to flip it so that way we can do that. I'm feeling like it's getting a bit lost, and I will be, because I'm nothing other than completely honest. My brain is going, maybe I should just do it again. And but I made this commitment to myself, and to do things on one take, and we see where things go, and if they go south, well, then you also then get to see, all right, well, where do we go from there? And so that was my commitment to myself. The only thing I'll sometimes, like at the beginning, if I've mispronounced a name. I think one time I had a whole completely wrong name or something. I don't know how I did that. I think I was doing I don't remember what happened, but I had too many things up on my screen, and it was funny. But I can't have that. So anyway, so you will see. All right, is this what's going to end up being on that front picture? You've already seen what I've done, because it's on that big picture on the front. So Just see how it turns out. Let's see. Other important links on there. I can't think of any. Except because I try to remember to say it, but while I have a lot of free classes, I do have some that are paid. And if you like the paid classes enough, I do have a membership club where it's a monthly fee, and you get all access to everything. Actually, and you really don't even have to register for everything, because I register you automatically. And ooh, this is getting eyeball confusing. All right, because when I just created that line, it's not part. Now I have little triangles, and it's weird. That goes there. Okay. But yeah, just to make mentions of it, something that interests you, that information is on the web. Actually, there's a separate link on the link tree for that. So if it's something that interests you, you can get the details there. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so before I finish this side, let's do this, because it's just too busy now. Oh, there was something else I could have done, but I'm doing this now, so that's that. Here's the something else that you could do. Well, whether you have you might not have a thicker pen, so let me do it with this Micron. You could, and I'm going to do that before I put in that shading. You could just redefine. I'm going to redefine the lines of the stars. But if you have a thicker pen, you could go over with a thicker nibbed pen. And just being very careful to not make new lines. And two, sometimes, and I've heard Rick and Maria talk about this as well. See, look at how that one popped. Okay, let me do this one over here. I like that. And I can still go through with the extra graphite in those little sections. But they have mentioned on, I think it was one of the project packs, at least one, the idea. Oh, see what I just did there? It's okay. I can just. Oh, you don't even notice. That's why I said be very careful. Don't create new lines. But they mentioned, redefining things. And sometimes after you add graphite, just because the line, your line work gets covered up by the graphite. And so sometimes it's nice to just do that. Okay, well, I've done those two main stars. And this, I'm just going to bring this in a little bit to push that section down into the background. But, oh, see, that helps. Okay, when I do the other ones. Yes. And then maybe, actually, the better idea is to redefine the lines after we do this. Because then it's on top of, whatever graphite is there. And yes, I have to finish those too, but I will do that. All right. Well, I think I have mentioned everything, but at least we've covered, how to rescue something that just looks too busy. And when it's too busy, it just, like, your eyes just don't know where to go. And that's where adding shading definitely is a help. Yeah, see, look at that already. If I just, you compare kind of one side to the other where I have the shading, definitely helps. But there's always a way. Yeah, so if you're going to go, ugh, that just looks like a hot mess. Make sure, and too, if you have shading, maybe, add, make sure the shading is dark enough. Because a lot of times I've seen, where the shading is done lightly, and it's like, well, just go bold. It's good. It's okay. As Mom says, it's only a piece of paper. This one's turning out to be a longie. Sorry. Versus a quickie. We did, well, the actual, yeah, see, look at how that's, yes. Okay, that makes me happy. The actual tangle was quick. It's just doing the rest. This optional stuff, I'm almost thinking, let me get that. I don't necessarily have to redefine the lines, but probably a good idea. See, look at how, yeah, let me get this side here, and then we can all continue to play on our own. And then I'm going to blur out the sides with the Tortillion, because that was what I was thinking I would do, and that it would look neat, but I have to finish that. Yeah, definitely helps. So I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, would love it if you click on the like button. If you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. So while you're clicking, go ahead and click that as well. I mentioned the description section, and so you can check that out. And I think that that is it. So thank you so much for watching and having fun with me. And I wish you happy tangling.